Semi-final number 2, everybody. We have Logia against the Band of Brewers. The Legendary Cup continues over here. All right, party time. At this point, we have on the left side Logia with Eta on Zul, Teki on Ana, Thralduin on Greymane. Yeah, he's the love child of Thrall and Anduin. Telelol on Kel'Thas and Shaya on Johanna, whereas on the right side of the map, we're currently looking at the Band of Brewers. A very nice team name, with Transparent on Deckard Cain, Insanity on Mephisto, Time Bullet on ETC, Lazy on Leoric, and Page Biscuit is playing Tychus. Again, as mentioned already in some of the previous games, this is the Legendary Cup, meaning it is the end of a season cup of HeroesLounge.gg, and we have Division 2 and Division 3 teams currently playing against each other, which puts the level of play somewhere between Diamond and Masters. That's roughly what you're going to see here. This is semi-final number 2. The winner is going to move on to the grand final, obviously. This one, a best of 3 series, whereas the grand final itself will be a best of 5. So in this game, our first map, we actually have a little bit of a Zul setup too, who has been an absolute staple for a while now, since his wave clear that he brings to the table can be incredibly frustrating to deal with, and he is not bad either in those team fights, especially when you're playing on Infernal Shrines and you have the chance to play through the shrine minions and slice through them as well with your sight. So now that we're heading into this, we got on level 1 also the block party. Someone is apparently not really a fan of Greymane and that Zul auto attack damage, so a block party instead it is. Not really a bad setup either. And yeah, let's see who takes it. Honestly, could be a fun one. We have a couple of really neat heroes here. We have a Kel'Thas, which is always kind of neat to have, kind of fun hero if you have him on a map that has a lot of choke points, or where the objective is really focused on a single point here. Personally, I also really enjoy seeing Tychus a little bit more after Blizzard started to rework him, so that's kind of cool too. And, well, there's our Tychus already in action, as he's trying to follow up on the stun. No grenade, and no kill. They're spreading the bombs a little bit, or at least they're like dodging to not spread the bombs. And we have already a little bit of early game skirmishes. So I like that. What else can they actually contribute here right now? For the time being, topside Leo is pretty much alone doing his thing. Down at the bottom of the map, the camps are now being claimed, and after the red team took their own and then the third one at the bottom, they kind of let the opponent's camp slide and said like, alright, we already got 2, no need to really just YOLO for the last one, so you're fine. So no engage there, so everybody is just without kills, trying to push these waves out, get a little bit of map control, try and take a couple of camps, which actually means that the top team, or the top side, is now being taken as well. Yep, taking that camp easily. Just before the objective spawns. Timings are pretty much on point. It's rather what you would expect here. Nothing too crazy. Normal opening into Infernal Shrines. Teams brawling a little bit, but nobody getting a kill yet. Interesting enough, though, we have in talent choices the Master Assassin on Tychus. More so a talent that you see in brawls, but in actual games, very rarely chosen, simply because it's kind of unlikely that you're going to get the full value out of it. That would be a very high kill game, and the higher level you play, the less kills oftentimes a game will result in. So let's see if we can get any value out of this. It's a bit questionable, but they got the first one already. Zul dies though too. Deckard Cain drops as well. Mad brawl, oh my god. A huge fight over this one. And after I just said that he's very unlikely to complete that thing, he just got 5 stacks towards the Master Assassin. A 5-man team wipe to start the game off. What an absolute slaughter on this point. Everybody committing to it, and the entire blue team falling. You can't fault them for not committing to something. That was just nuts. That's 5 stacks towards the Master Assassin. I was just about to talk a little bit about the bigger they are as a level 4 talent choice, which is the standard still. But even just trying to get some stacks together, that he's now on 5 stacks on his level 4 already, and that's just the perfect start into the game. That's insane. That's honestly nuts. So yeah, interesting start into a game, I gotta say. That's normally not what happens on Infernal Shrines. Now, Logia, can they actually come back here? Now, they had to give up the Punisher. So they're not really too far behind experience just yet. The question is how this is going to change now that the red team can push through the bottom of the map and try to get the fort destroyed. There's the bait over the wall. Yeah, nicely done, but the side wall has already been opened up. So there's a bit more damage that can be done now. They need to at least take those turrets down. That's something that they should definitely try to do right now. But can they? That's the bigger question. Yeah, Leo's rotating between the lanes for them and just getting all of the experience set up. So that's pretty neat. Puts them into a pretty decent spot right now on those camps, as you can already see. Here comes another invade. I think I've seen this before. Let's see how it goes this time. Okay. No big fight this time. Maybe ETC falls. Yeah, they try to go for some counter damage. I think Tychus is getting a little bit too ambitious after he got those 5 stacks together, and he gets punished for it immediately. Especially with Leo up at the top, pushing these lanes out. There was no real reason to go deep for that camp. Should have definitely fallen back here. So yeah, that was a bit of a brain fart, I assume. The team was moving back. Tychus was going in. But yeah, he's a rebel. Always was. Zul has now started to take over at the top. Level 10 is still going to drop a bit quicker for the Band of Brewers. Logia is claiming the camps at the bottom of the map now, though. So at least they have that going for themselves. Okay, so there we go. And what else are we going to get? Yeah, level 10 abilities are in. That gives us also, amongst other things, the Durance of Hate, of the Stay a While and Listen. Even got the Mosh Pit together with that. Love CC is there also through the Entomb and later on the Buried Alive. Level 10 abilities are ready. And that gives us Pyroblast. Okay. Kalthas with the Pyroblast. That's going to be interesting. Let's see if we can get anything done here. Level 4 gave us no potion of shielding. We have the Ruby in for Deckard Cain. But Pyroblast against this setup, let's see if that's going to do anything for them. I'm a little bit doubtful always when I see a Pyro, even though we had a couple that did value in the past. Most of the time, Phoenix just is the better choice for you. They still got Ana on the other hand, so at least they can nano boost the shit out of it. So if you go for a Pyroblast and then at least drop it together with a nano boost from Ana, and then all of a sudden you can get some real value. You need to coordinate though, and that's the point where I question if the coordination is going to be there. But again, time will tell. Kalthas is nearly done with his level 1 quest, so the Mana Addict is nearly completed, so he can use the shield. 18 stacks for him, missing another 2. Yeah, Entomb comes in. They try to go for Jojo, and they're about to get the kill. Nice. Well done. Fantastic timing for the kill too. Greymin was at the same time top side going for the camp. All the way up to the top right, we had Zul trying to do his thing and drop some of the structures, which I guess he just did. But still, they lost the hero just as the objective is about to spawn. But Johanna will be back in time for the objective fight. It's another stack on Tychus though, who's now sitting at 6 stacks and has taken over top damage already. Okay. Yeah, camps are taken on both sides now. Leo can take this a little bit easier because it was taken a bit too early. But Zul is there now too. 3 seconds left and ETC is already sitting in the middle. Shaman hasn't been taken out just yet. They're coming in with Mephisto as well. And they have the Entomb. Zul is dead. Gets a Poison Nova out, but that doesn't change anything. Zul is still dead. They take this one. Therefore, the advantage for Logia on the actual objective. They get a slight 10-point lead. But that doesn't really help when one of your heroes is just dead. Also used the ult that didn't really accomplish a whole lot, which is now down for another 70 seconds. And of course it's additional stack also for Page Biscuit on Tychus, so he's sitting at 7, nearly halfway done with the quest. Same time this push down to the bottom of the map is happening, as apparently Thraldwyn on his Greyman was thinking, hey, if they go for the objective, I can go for some structures. Well, think again, because they rotated right away and left only Leo up there, which is plenty to get them stacks. He's sitting at 31 now against 10. 13 talent is dropping into the hands of both teams at roughly the same time here, which gives us actually the Shard of Hate already. Shard of Hate and the Neo Steel Coated. And yep, there's another Punisher. After they got the one at the bottom of the map, the Arcane Punisher is in as well. So, off we go. Another attempt to get ahead here. We have currently 7 kills to 3, and they're pushing through the middle easily, taking those structures down, as Leo is still getting some experience topside and push that down too. And what exactly are we gonna get? Yeah, do they get the entire thing? Seems like it. I mean, Seems like this is going to be fort number 1 to fall in this game. Maybe not. I mean, they got the camp, they got the Punisher, it's still there, but they're starting to fall back a little bit. They don't really want to fight underneath the fort, as you can already tell, once that the objective is gone. The attempt to lock down Jojo is at least for now successful. Mephisto gets some more damage in, and that's it. And here comes the BAM! The Pyroblast with a nano boost, and it wasn't enough. Sad Panda moment as the Pyroblast doesn't do anything. No value has been had in this fight, but the fort has fallen regardless. Leo was also at the top, so it was pretty much not even a 5 versus 5 battle. But ETC gets away. Good for him. They take another camp down here at the bottom. They force another fight though. I mean, you gotta admit that Logia is still doing well, staying in experience, so that's good for them. And here comes another attempt to maybe stop that bot lane onslaught, because you've seen the band of Brewers being incredibly aggressive here. And with them just taking every single camp when they can, they are now in a position where they theoretically could set up a push onto one of these lanes. But of course, Leo has to also rotate to the top. I'm a little bit surprised that he didn't do that already, because the rest of the team can take care of the wave here. And they are getting a bit pressured by Zul. That's a good thing for Zul. Like, he's really coming through on the siege damage here and is pressuring them hard. Leo is at 100,000, Zul is at 80,000, but regardless of the difference between the two, he is pushing those lanes out super quickly. And really helps to keep Leoric on his toes, and sometimes even force them to get some additional players set into the lanes to push those out so that they don't lose experience. 16 is close though. 16 is kind of close. And, well, let's have a bit of a look of what else they can do with the talent advantage, given that there's no objective up just yet. Yeah, top side. There we go. Zul clears the wave out. 16 talents are in. Sizzling attacks for Tychus. Still sitting at the 7 stacks on his level 4. And he has the pressure down to the bottom of the map. Yeah, the entire lane is open. That's a perfect setup to try and get a little bit of value in. Okay. Yeah. And, well, there's the defense. The attempt, at least. Trying to get some damage in. Mage Biscuit needs to be really careful. We already had that YOLO moment a bit earlier once. Zul is now trying to apply pressure to the top fort and, of course, get them the experience for level 16 talents, which are now in. Shrine activating as well. That adds on top of it. And that next fight is going to be highly important. Yeah, you can't just keep losing objectives and then come back at some point. Well, I guess you can, technically, but it doesn't really happen all that often. It does happen, though. 30 stacks now for Khaldor, so he's a little bit safer. That's definitely true. Went also into Ignite after the Pyromaniac. Okay, Flamesuck Talent's only on level 7 for him so far. I mean, technically. Obviously, there's a little bit of a hybrid over here. Also got now the Decrepify. Echoes of Death is in for him. And they're going for their camp once more. Could maybe try to burn this one down too, but the Shrine, as I said, is active. And off we go. At that point, here's the moment of truth. Here's the opportunity to finally take an objective, but the red team is very willing to fight, especially Tychus. He wants a few more stacks towards his level 4. Runs straight into Jojo, and an Entomb here would be a problem for her. Yep, and there it is. The Entomb is in, and now they're trying to get the kill. But ETC is low, ETC is down. Nice poison over 2. Khaldor is dead, and they're looking for more. And Johanna is still up there at the front. Anna is also a little bit too close for comfort. And Page Biscuit is just pushing them back. They start to go for the objective. They traded heroes, ETC for Khaldor. One of the main damage dealers for the blue team is now gone, therefore. And still the retap and the attempt to bring it back and win a Protector finally. But there's also Tychus. Gets blinded, but that's a cooldown already used, and his damage output is pretty significant here. He could tap at the bottom. Lazy is already about to do exactly that after he just got burned down by the blue team, and they're still trying to make this work. And with 32 stacks, they have a really good chance of finally winning a Punisher over here. Yeah, Team Logia is doing some solid work and take the frozen Punisher. Here comes the second Entomb of the team fight, but they need to fall back and fall back quickly, or that stun is going to get procced any moment, and that would be a huge problem, especially if he hits Tychus or Mephisto here. So they need to try and defend this, and in the meantime, top fort has also fallen because the camp has pushed through. So good job from Zul throughout the game. That's exactly what we've been mentioning, and they're starting to come back into this. 4 kills against 8. They are now in a better position, structurally speaking. They've taken 2 forts down. And they're doing also pretty well here at the bot lane, where they have an opportunity to go straight through the wall. 8 stacks for Tychus. So he's looking solid here as well. Looking over at the damage numbers, we have by now Mephisto taking over. Tychus is actually sitting at 23,000. So he has stacked ahead quite heavily. And Zul is pushing the middle now. Leo is still trying to stem the tide, top side. But they moved through the bottom of the map. Could even have taken that tower there too, which they decided not to. But Zul pushed it through the middle. That allows him to get the entire wall here. So both of the towers have been eliminated. And in experience, I mean, they're pretty much even now. Blue team, ladies and gentlemen. Able to take a lot of XP to these fights. Get closer to level 20 now as well. And they destroyed 2 forts compared to the Band of Brewers, who were only able to eliminate with 2 objectives, 1 fort in the middle. But yeah, so far so good. So things are actually starting to look a little bit up for Team Logia. Momentum is in their hands. Now the push through the bottom of the map with another camp. And the Band of Brewers need to be a bit careful here. They started off well into this game, but now things are starting to be quite difficult for them. Especially since they are... Like, Zul is honestly pushing the lanes out so quickly that they always, as I mentioned previously, have to rotate heroes onto these lanes, and that allows them to push, like here, through the middle, whereas Tychus is still busy at the bottom of the map, just to use one example. So, as this stands, we have Insanity still trying to move through. Okay, Deckard Cain comes in. Pyroblast. And, yeah, that did nothing either. The hero was already dead as the Pyro connects, but still, a kill is a kill. Zul says thank you, drops it. And that's a starting kill into the fight. The Band of Brewers now in a 4v5. And Team Logia is not really willing to let this go yet, or are they? Now they let this one go after the Odin has been commandeered. Now already top side as previously. Same thing, level 20 is on the board of both teams. We have them still sieging up a little bit in the middle and trying to poke this out. By now we also have the bob and weave over the big red button, by the way. Flame Strike is going to make it easier for Khaldor to get some damage through very, very easily from afar. Yeah, and they really want this one. They really, really do. Greyman is already jumping on it. Now we have the minion wave coming and soaking shots, and that's the fort eliminated. All the forts are down, 20 talents versus 20 talents. That also, by the way, gives us finally the Buried Alive, and that makes Leo an absolute powerhouse in every single fight right now. If he can force these battles and get a 1-2 man entomb, they could just get kills on the back of that. Ah, no slide. Sleep Dart comes through. They try to go for the kill. Bullet connects. And here comes Mephisto. Trying to make a play with the ult. That didn't quite work for him. Still got time for the next objective. So should not really be a big issue. But, yeah. There we have the objective announced. And they still got time to get the ults back. But still. I gotta admit, I didn't really think that it would be that challenging for the Band of Brewers to capitalize on the advantage that they built up in the early game. They seem to have a handle on their opponent, and now it's pretty much the opposite. The coordination is just not there anymore. And the damage output is also not really all that great. I mean, again, keep in mind, this started with a team wipe. This started with an early game team wipe against the blue team. 5 of the kills that the Band of Brewers have stemmed from a big battle over Shaman Camp, where they got completely destroyed. 61,000 on Mephisto shows that he's by far the top damage dealer. Tychus can only drop half those numbers in, but he's still trying to do exactly that now. Gets blinded again right away. Yeah, and goes maybe a little bit too deep. They're a bit afraid to spread the bombs here. Falls big very deep. Careful now. 15 against 10 stacks. It's an important objective, and once again it's only the top side camp for the blue team that is pushing here. Here comes the big red button. Actually, he doesn't. Only Odin available. The kill against Deckard Cain. Mephisto's about to go down, and the triple kill from Khaldor. Khaldor's able to get the big boy damage connected, and that's 4 heroes eliminated. Yeah, another quick look at this. Just look at the damage from Khaldor. The living bombs everywhere. I mean, it's just full-on setup. Pyro in this case also not connecting, but who cares if he's still able to get the kills in for them. It's just like there's living bomb spread that murdered them completely. 43,000 for Greyman, 37,000 for Khaldor, and that is that. That could be game. It should be game. With another 20-30 seconds until every one of these players is back to business, there's just absolutely no way. It's a 5-man commitment to the core. That's the lead for Logia in this series. The Band of Brewers, after starting the game with a team wipe, go down on Infernal Shrines and are now behind in the best of 3 series here in the semi-final of the Legendary Cup. GG and well done. Game number 2. Yeah, blue team winning the first one after all. Pretty shitty start into the game, but they made it happen. They turned it around and were able to successfully take the Band of Brewers down on Infernal Shrines. Now we're looking at Tomb of the Spider Queen. And on the left side, we got Shea on ETC, Ita on Leoric, Telelol on Khaldor, Steki on Malfurion, and Thralduin on Maiev. On the right side on that, the Band of Brewers with Lazy on Rexa, Time Bullet on Johanna. Transparent is playing Anduin. Insanity on Alarak this time, and Page Biscuit on Reyna. Very, very different setup from that. Jimmy, the only range damage dealer for the red team, actually. So that's a little bit nasty. And he also went into the Exterminator. Now, generally speaking, I don't really have a problem with Exterminator on a map like this. It's still one of the normal talents to take here, despite the fact that it got nerfed a little bit again. So a lot of the teams have now started to also fall back into Ace or in the hole. But here, against the Spiders, for example, and the boss, it's still a pretty decent talent to take. The problem is more so that he's the only range damage dealer. So it's gonna be a little bit tough to get single target damage on point in a team fight. So they are pretty much looking for those sustainable battles and not really for a quick kill. You have Alarak that can help you a little bit if properly executed, but this is still going to be a bit tricky. They have the CC, well, and they use that CC already to get an ETC kill, who was a bit alone over here. Not quite sure if he slid in for this one, but that was a bit strange. So they have CC, they have the slows, they have stuns through Misha, they have Johanna with the slow, obviously. The Condemn alone is great for this as well. And Alarak needs to come through with the combo. But the damage output is definitely something that in the later stages of the game could be a little bit worrisome. Time will tell. Jimmy is there, but he's the only range damage dealer for them. Yeah, she needs a little bit of help. Maiev sitting down here and needs a bit of an advantage. Right now we have, yeah, well, we got Ossen's Renewal on level 1 for Leoric, as Logia is obviously attempting to clench this out with a 2-0 and move on to the grand final of the Legendary Cup. Yeah, camps are taken. Only on one side, by the way. Nobody has really bothered to move over here and claim this. Instead, they went for the Siege Giants at the bottom that Jimmy could get easily. So now he could potentially take this after the defense, though. So they're already moving through the middle in the hopes to take some of those towers down without Web Weavers. And Jimmy is actually taking the camp here. I think he should probably try and help out a little bit. Especially now that we're having more and more heroes moving into the middle to do some damage over here. Level 4 talents are ready. Oh, and we got a Netherwind. I like it. Standard talents finally on characters. I didn't even catch if he picked it in the last game too. I would assume so. But especially in the amateur scene, it's kind of amazing how often you don't see Netherwind picked on level 4, even though it's such a standard talent on the higher level of play. Anyways, we have the Eternal Retaliation. Nice jump from Maiev, getting out of that Alarak combo. As the camp was now taken by Jimmy too. They got obviously some pressure in the middle that could potentially set up to take some of these towers down on their own. Turn-ins haven't really happened a lot this far. Just a couple of gems have been committed here. Yeah, rotation top side, Page Quiz is sitting tight. Easy defense in the middle. Everybody actually jumped in for the blue team, making that play. But it's still a little bit more of a calm game, at least so far. And just as I say, we might have a bit of a kill. Page Whistle is definitely in trouble, but Anduin with the save. Nice. Anduin able to save it. And that was a pretty solid one. So Anduin sets that up. Ita then again, already at the bottom of the map. Still dealing with Rexa. There is still some action happening in the middle as we have one combo after another coming out of Alarak, pretty much off cooldown. They're starting to brawl heavily with the opponent. Yeah, Slide is in, has a lockdown attempt, but Iron Skin is still up. Nice, there's the kill. Second kill for the red team. Once again, the early game seems to be in their favor. They're looking even for a third one against ETC, who taps the fountain and also gets the full treatment from Malfurion. Gets the mana and hit points tapped off. Was just about to say he needs to Hearthstone back. But, yep. Okay. There's also on the level 7 now the unstable compound and the kill against Misha. The turn-in completed though at the top as Jojo was able to turn in too. So with a 2-0 lead in kills, they also have now the first Web Weaver phase. It's level 7 against level 7. And down to the bottom of the map, Ether is pushing this now too. Yeah, there's the Burnt Flesh. We got the Willing Vessel ready. Top side pressure, Tech and Telelol are moving out. And it's party time. Let's see what they can actually do in the middle of the map, where they are pushing with 4 of their heroes now. Trying to get the kill against Kel'Thas, and they do. Salami Boy is down, and ETC falls as well. The Band of Brewers, ladies and gentlemen, a little bit angry after the last map. After they just lost on Infernal Shrines, they definitely jumped in and said, okay boys, let's show them how it's done and make sure that we force game number 3. Great momentum for them now. They're moving straight through the middle to take the fort down. That's an easy one early in the game. Now at the bottom of the map, Ether needs to move away from this. If they catch him too, that would be an absolute disaster. Combo is there, but he still has enough hit points to retreat behind the wall. 25 gems in his hands. That's something that you don't want to lose here. Yeah, so well done. So everybody is starting to jump in again at the bottom of the map to take some of these towers down. One tower is down, they are a little bit ahead right now. They got also siege giants up that they could grab. Blue team seems to be willing to commit to the fight though. Yeah, Leo isn't here yet. Yeah, okay, so they let this one slide. Still fighting it out a little bit, trying to at least kill Misha. Okay, can't get the kill in. Leo is heavily unimpressed, by the way. Leo just said, like, I don't really care. I'm going to turn in. I'm going to finally get rid of my gems. I have 28. I don't want to lose those. I can go top and also pressure this out. No problem. But, yeah, you are on your own. You're going to fight a 4 versus 5. I don't give a shit. So, he's able to make that work. And they got enough gems now for a turn of their own that might allow them to bring this back. Level 10 abilities are getting closer for both teams. So, no big advantage or anything. But, well, let's have a bit of a look also at the stacks for Kel'Thas, because his shield would help him a lot in the upcoming fights, but he's only sitting at 16 stacks right now. He's still missing out on that a little bit. They're going for the camp again. Turn in attempt now from the red team with the level 10, trying to safely deposit all of the gems that they have. No surprises really with the ults. I mean, we don't have Raiders, we got Hyperion. So on the other hand, a little bit of a close quarter fight. Phoenix this time. Yeah, after the lack of value with the Pyroblast in the last game, this time we have a bit of a Phoenix play. Uses that for zoning. That could be a kill. It has to be a kill against Alarak, and it is. Alarak is down. They're looking for more. They get the Anduin kill, and oh baby, a triple. They take Jojo down too. Okay, fantastic kill series from them. And now they have, of course, the turn-in available. But yeah, look at that fight. That entomb over the wall. Sexy as hell. They get the first kill thanks to that, and then they're just chasing them down with the CC that they have and all of the slows. They net 3 kills in total. That allows them to not only get the camp, but also the web weavers. So we are in a position where Team Logia is behind in kills, ahead in experience, and has now a chance to drop a couple of structures on the map too. Pretty sexy setup there. Really well done. And it also completed the quest for Kel'Thas just now. So he is in a better position. And Kel'Thas, honestly, really could follow up with the Gravity Lapse again. We had a couple of really nice moves from here on the map number 1 as well. And another entomb like this. Jesus! Always the entomb straight over the structures. Another kill secured by them. And that is Jimmy down, and as I said previously, this is their only range damage dealer, which means they are missing that as we speak. So the defense is going to be so much harder for them right now. There's a push straight through the top as they are trying to go for fort number 2, and who's going to stop them, right? So another fort is going to fall. Double fort out of the first objective. Nicely done. Honestly, I was just waiting for them to go for boss right now. There's no reason for them to do that because, first of all, it's not a talent advantage. There's nothing. There's no numeric advantage. But with the momentum that they just got from the fort in the middle to the fort at the top, I wouldn't have been surprised if they just said, YOLO, let's go. We are on a roll, baby. Okay, level 13 is gonna be there pretty soon now for them. Yeah, there's another tether. They're committing. They missed everything. They missed everything. The power slide, the root, the gravity lapse, everything that they had just missed. Misha Juke Master confirmed. Yeah, I mean, it was an unbearable situation for her, but she made it through. Another one! Dude, can you calm down for just a moment? This time there's at least no follow-up. That would have been a little bit too much. But he's just waiting for those. He doesn't hit the easy entombs. He goes for those tuna boxes every single time. Blue Web Weaver's coming down again, so there's the momentum slowly coming through for Team Logia. The pain train is coming, ladies and gentlemen. They're building up a pain train, and it has left the station, and it has headed straight for the red team. Yeah, it's honestly getting a little bit scary of how well they're doing in the recent ones. They've been doing fantastic here. Some good team fights. And can they pretty much repeat the performance in game number 1? Falling behind in the early game and then just crushing it. There's a... Oh my god, he has 38 gems. Oh my god, he has 38 gems and they are lost. If they can protect them, why would you not... Oh, Transparent doesn't get them. There's the save. It was a good save by him. But yeah, gems were not recovered. The gems were recovered. Time Bullet has 16 gems. He gets bullied too. And there is the kill. But at least they get the gems this time. Counter kill against Malfurion. But of course, in the meantime, the Web Weavers have started to attack the bottom fort. Up at the top, the keep is already getting attacked. This is getting nasty. This is getting really nasty. If you take the gems away from a team after they are already on the back foot, you pretty much take their chances of coming back into this game away. This is going to be really, really difficult to recover from. So top side, the entire wall has already been opened up, so that means if they at any point can take a boss, it's going to head straight for the keep. It's getting really difficult. 129 sadism at this point for Alarak at least. He's sitting at 20,000 damage against the 22,000 that Kel'Thas has. But yeah, look at the gem numbers. So they lost a ton. You have to keep in mind that they only got a single turn in so far. So yeah, this is... They're still a little bit behind here. Okay, so same time now. Pecky's down here at the bottom. It is in. They're going for another camp. Transparent gets 36 gems that he can turn in. Alright. At least that. And that's an insta turn in. The problem is they got level 16. Any moment now. 6 kills to 5. Level 16 is in. That's a power spike that helps you to defend. That's a power spike that should give you an easy time defending against this. And let's see if they can make that work. Because the Band of Brewers need more than half a level to get their next talent. And already we're having the one in the middle just bodied. The Web Weaver touches ground and it pretty much just zips away. Zzzt, gone. Down to the bottom, Leo's gonna go for a solo defense, whereas the rest of the team is facing topside, trying to defend another fort here. Okay. This is not really doing a whole lot. Blessed Shield? Maybe. Can they get it? Nice follow-up from Alarak, and that's a kill. No way! Yeah, we go. There we go. That would have been insane if you would have survived through this. Level 16 talents are in. The wall is opened up. We got 16 on both sides. Mid lane still pressures a bit for the blue team. Leo's still sitting at the bottom of the map. Yeah, and this is actually doing work too. So they lost the tower, they lose the gate, and they might lose another tower too if this continues. Nobody's pushing with it though, because there's obviously only 4 players for the blue team on the map now. But that allows them to also take more of a presence in the middle of the map and take the siege giants, for example. Okay. Right now we got 136 sadism for Alarak. He had some solid combos. Had some good follow-ups on the stuns that we saw previously too. Another turn-in attempt. They can go for it. ETC trying to interrupt and gets murdered. Team Logia is going for a little bit of a throw here. Now the boss is open, and keep in mind, Jimmy has Exterminator, so he is fantastic in a situation like this one. That's a turn-in and that's a boss. They have both. Siege Giants at the bottom of the map are at least there, but that's a problem. Band of Brewers are having a lot going for themselves right now. Now, at least they're turning those minion waves to mush within seconds, so that's good for them. That means that at least middle and bot lane are not going to be endangered anytime soon. But this boss up at the top, even though we're only 13 minutes into the game, is going to do some work with those Web Weavers. Leo sitting at the bottom of the map, is Hearthstoning back right now. I mean, again, the Web Weaver, he has no chance. He already helped to take it down. There's catapults, there's siege giants. The one in the middle is going to need a lot of time to make it even close. So bot lane, Keep could take some damage for Band of Brewers. Unlikely that's going to fall, though. Here comes the push still through the top. Yeah, they go for ETC again. The tether, the focus. The Entomb comes in, and ETC is still alive and kicking. Unfucking-believable. I thought he would die at least 3 times here. Push into the stun of the boss, but it seems like they're going to defend this. Guys, they're going to defend that keep. And by the way, down at the bottom of the map, this keep is taking a solid amount of damage now too. So they save their keep, and at the same time, the keep at the bottom of the map, I mean, let's be honest for just a moment, that thing is pretty much taking nearly the same amount of damage the one at the top has. And they had a Web Weaver wave and the boss. The power of camps. The power of camps in a pushed out lane, once again visible here. Very well done. Leo was the one pushing it out, and that really helped them. And now they have enough gems for a turn of their own. 42,000 damage for Khaldor. Yeah, Leo with 120,000 siege. They're trying to go for Anduin. Careful, baby boy. Yeah, that's a kill. That's a kill. The Crybaby is down. Anduin eliminated. This time the Entomb misses. That would have been a little bit too much to ask for, I suppose, but the blue Web Weavers are going to come down anyways. Oh my god. Maiev survives with like 20 HP. 7 kills to 7. That would have been such an important kill for the Band of Brewers. If that kill comes in, they at least have a 4 versus 4 defense available. But yeah, it's not happening. Sadism at 155. 155. Back and forth game the entire time here. Back and forth, time and time again. Semi-final number 2. There's the mosh pit. And it gets interrupted immediately. Web Weavers at the top, in the middle, and the push through the bottom of the map with everything they have. No support for the Band of Brewers. Nothing that they can do about that. And the keep is so low that it should fall 100%. The defense in the middle is still going to be possible, but topside, as we said earlier, is not really defended, so that's going to be a lot of damage there as well. They're even moving into the middle right now, hoping to catch someone and get a kill here. Web Weavers on their way now towards the core. Topside damage is coming in. Web Weavers with another shot connected, and that's the second keep falling. Nicely done. The level 20 talent is ready. Team Logia, they have such a great lead right now. It's a back and forth game the entire time. Throws and counter throws all over the place. But after having some problem here in the middle, Team Logia, they set up a great defense for boss and Web Weavers. Now they have their own objective pushing. They have the level 20 talent, which gives us Buried Alive. And Leo was already scary as hell, with him just using the normal Entomb earlier. Is looking for one, can't find it, still poking the middle a little bit. With 1-0 lead in the best of 3 series, they are so close of making it to the grand final of the Legendary Cup. Yeah, there's a potential push. 20 is soon going to be ready for the red team too. So once that they have that, that would at least allow them to fight on even talents, and that's what we're having for them right now. Gives us, amongst other things, Blinded by Light. We also got the kill command in. Upgrade for Hyperion. And gem count? I mean, for now it's pretty insignificant, honestly. Nobody really has the gems to get a Web Weaver wave. Boss is going to be back up in a minute, so it could be that we're going to see a fight just around the camp here too. Maybe try to grab someone with a good Entomb and then get the quick kill in. But they're getting gems together slowly. Honestly, red team is a little bit closer, so if they can make it into the middle, then they have a good chance here of maybe getting some momentum. But the blue team is now pushing through the middle with their own camp. It's actually insanely even if you just look at the numbers. 7 kills to 7, 20 versus 20. It's really the position on the minimap and structures that make the big difference here and continue to put the pressure onto the red team. There it is. Alarak jumps in. The Entomb is already up, but the big fight coming strong right here. Kill command immediately executed. Good save from Anduin once again. Gets both of the glyphs out. Only one to fall is Misha. Big battle and nobody's dying. They're getting pushed back though, and here's the power slide. They're trying for it, and this looks like it's finally time for some kills. Down goes Anduin, and Alarak has 157. Sadism dies, loses all of it, and with 2 heroes eliminated, it seems like this is going to be the end of the road for the Band of Brewers. They lose Johanna as well. And there it is, the push for keep and core. Already moving in. I don't even know why they go for the keep at this point. I mean, this one is first of all gonna fall anyways. Second of all, you have a 5 versus 2 right now. If you don't go for core now, you never will. So they're starting to make their way in. And this seems like it's going to be the victory. Again, an Entomb that hits home. That's the end of Reyna. Jimmy is down, and they have only Misha and Raxa still on the map in a desperate attempt to save the core, and it's just not happening. The waves are pushing in, the camp is pushing in, and all 5 heroes are barreling down on the main structure. Team Logia is taking this semi-final with a 2-0 victory over the Band of Brewers and will advance to the grand final of the Legendary Cup. Nicely done, solid victory by them, flawless, not dropping a single map as they head on to the next round of the tournament. GG, well played. Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.